Hey there! So today we have another review. This is a beer from it's from Wychwood, Wychwood Brewery out of Whitney, Yorkshire, UK. Actually, have I ever had Hobgoblin? Anyway, they make like I want to call it like a brown ale, like a British brown ale, Hobgoblin. But anyway, this is Hobgoblin Ruby, 4.5% comes in a can. This was recommended best by date about 6 months away, actually about 5 months away. And yeah, you guys have probably seen Wychwood. That's like an old money beer. Um, Thing that I never really tried. I was like, I'm again trying a bunch of like craft beer. It was old money was Belgian and American, not much British stuff, right? And German too, German, British, American, not much British stuff. Anyway, so anyway, yeah, this was recommended at GB Bottle Shop, by the way. Surprised they picked this one up. They chose to pick this one up, and I didn't actually pick it out. I actually picked out some old money beers. I picked out a Daranka Bitter XX. I picked out Cuvée Jonquille. I think it's a Bearded Guard. Anyway, I've never had it. And then also a Panapot Reserve. So I think I'm actually going to share and maybe review those with a good friend. But let's check this guy out. So it does look like a brown ale. I looked it up as like they call it Ruby, but like it looks sort of like a brown ale, right? Deep amber, really more of like a light brown, yeah, light brown color. Definitely way past deep amber. Nice clarity to that. Lightly brown tan head. Yeah, smells like a little bit of toasted qualities, a little bit of like bready malt. You get a little bit of like a nuttiness, a little bit of like toasted kind of what is it chestnuts roasting the fire. Christmas, right? A lot of chestnut going on. Toasted hazelnuts. A little sweet breadiness. I would have went somewhere like Germany. I would have guessed this was something around maybe like Dunkel or Märzen or something like that. Somewhere around that kind of like malt character. See, this is where you can get confusing brown beers. This is a tricky one. Again, I always have the Cicerone cap on sometimes, so it's like what style could this be? This tastes anywhere from like a light British brown ale to like a Märzen to a very pale like, dunkel that's not that, yeah, dunkel, like a Munich dunkel. Obviously not as dark as a Schwarzbier, but can sort of taste like that at times. Nigel, you're supposed to get off of here. Excuse me, bud. Nigel. Oh, where'd your necklace go? All right, we're gonna have to look for that. All right, he's missing his necklace. Anyway, um, oh, do you know what it also tastes like? It does taste like international dark lager. So sort of like I guess a good example would be like a Shinerbach or something like that, or yeah, Shinerbach. So what is the beer? It's quite nice. Is it that fruity? They call it fruity, but I don't know. Like I don't know if I get that big kind of like apple ester. I get a little bit as a way, like a little bit more apple skin coming in. That's one of the tricks. A lot of the British beers are ester forward, offering this kind of ethyl hexanoate character, which is like aniseed, red apple. It's cooked apple. Like I even early on before I learned about these things, like when I was getting craft beer, I was like, why does British beer smell like cooked apples? It smell like baking, like baked apples. And then I learned eventually, like years later, like oh wow, that's an ester that they use. These yeasts are performing. But I was like, oh weird. This beer also has a little light kind of toasty bread character. There's that non-chocolate thing, right? There's like Tootsie Roll. Like, does Tootsie Roll actually taste like chocolate, right? It's like that kind of like blend of in between like deep caramel and chocolatey flavors. A little bit of Tootsie Roll in here, a little bit of hop character, a little bit of like woodsy tea kind of bitterness. For 4.5, this thing is crushable. Like, you're thinking about something that is literally between Bud Light and Budweiser and has so much good flavor to it. But then again, I think it could get sort of mixed into like something like an international dark lager or some kind of other styles. It is a little bit like ambiguous of a style, right? Or at least what this beer is like. As you wait more, I definitely get a little bit of this like rotten trashy thing that I get from the Sam Smith beers. So that's like an ester. But yeah, it's quite tasty, very drinkable, nice find. I mean, not something I would like repeatedly like chase after, but it's quite nice. If you like British beer, you're gonna like this guy. If you like multi British beers that are not too Sorry, if you like malty British beers that are not too malty, I think you'd enjoy this. Where this would perform in cask would be just unreal, right? Like, I think this is the kind of beer that you want on cask. On CO2 in a can, it's like very like, the carbonation's there. It's bitey. Like, you want it like almost nitrogenated, really nice and soft, and just like completely envelop the palate. But instead, you have CO2 sort of like prickling on there. So this is a good example of where cask really performs well, versus like, I think this would be a very bland beer for a lot of people. But if they had it fresh on cask, it'd be a completely different animal. But it's still quite tasty. I'm gonna give it a solid. It's fine. I'm gonna give a solid 88. 88. That is Hobgoblin Ruby from Wychwood. Let me know if you've had the regular Hobgoblin. Cheers later.